Hi Summit, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I will be sharing with you how to cut and sew this trendy Bubu Caftan dress I am putting on. This Bubu Caftan dress also has a side pocket. If this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching. These are the two materials I'm going to be using. This is called Africa print, which is also known as Ankara material. So I'm going to be making use of these two different designs. So if you want to combine two different Ankara to make this dress, make sure the two designs align. This is the one I'm going to be using for the upper part of the Bubu Kaftan dress. This one is a pink and black color. So I have about 3 yards here, but I'm just going to be needing 1.5 yards for this dress. Then this one is the one I'm going to be using for the down side. So this particular one has a pink color as well, which make it more preferable for the combination of this dress. This one is 3 yards, so I'm going to be needing about 2.5 yards for the down side. This pink and black is the one I'm going to be using for the upper part. So I went ahead to cut out 1.5 yards from the 3 yards. Then I also went ahead to fold it into two. Okay, so you can see that all the labels are on one side. So if you want to fold or make sure all the labels are on one side. Then I'll go ahead and fold it like this again to two. This is going to give me 4 pieces because I'm going to be cutting the back and the front together. After folding it, I went ahead to iron it for a smoother look. So I'm going to be taking all my measurements from this side that is closed, from this line here, okay? So I'll place my tape on the tip like this. I will mark the wideness of the neckline. I marked 3 inches. Then for the depth, I will mark 1 inch, okay? So this is just me marking the back neckline first. I will go ahead and connect the points together. Then I'll place my tape like this. I will mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Then from there, I will just measure what I have left. I will just go ahead and make use of whatever I have left on the fabric as my sleeve length. I want the sleeve to be long, but if you want yours to be short, just go ahead and measure what you want. I will place my tape here like this. I will mark 1 inch downward. This is going to be serving as my shoulder slope, so I will mark a slant line from the neckline to that 1 inch. I will place my tape on this line. I will mark the wideness of my sleeve. So I went ahead to mark 10 inches. But if you want your sleeve to be wider, you can mark 11 or 12. So this line is going to be serving as my chest line. So I will place my tape on the chest line. I will divide my bust by 4. I will mark it. Then I will go ahead and add extra 4 inches for the freeness of the Bubu dress. So if you want yours to be bigger, you can go ahead and add 5 inches or 6 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark a straight line across this chest line here. I will place my tape on the shoulder and mark it to my hip point line. So from my shoulder to my hip point is 26 inches. So go ahead and measure from your shoulder to your hip point and know what it is. Mine is 26 inches. So after marking it, I will mark a straight line across. I will place my tape on the hip line. I will divide my hip by 4. I will mark it. I will just go ahead and add extra 4 inches just like what I did for the chest line. So after marking it, I'll go ahead and connect the point from the hip line to the chest line like this. Then I'll go ahead and connect the armhole. There's no special way on how to do this. Just go ahead and blend it like this. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. Please, when cutting it out, go ahead and add ½ inch for journey allowance around this side I'm cutting, this part here. So I forgot, I only added at the down part. So after I was done cutting it, I will just go ahead and mark out the neckline for the front. So I'll place my tape on the shoulder like this. Then I will slant it. I will mark 9.5 inch downward. This is called V neckline. So I will just go ahead and connect the points together like this. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to create the design around the front part of this dress. I will place my tape on this V neckline point, this point here. I will mark 6.5 inches downward. You can also go ahead and mark 6 inches or 5 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect a curved line from this point I mark here down to the hip point line. So I'll just go ahead and place my French curve like this and mark a curved line like this. Then on this side, I will turn the French curve and mark a slant line to the hip point line. I'll just go ahead and blend it. I will go ahead and add ½ inch for journey allowance. I will just go ahead and mark it out because I don't want to forget. I will use my French cuff to reconnect it and mark a slant line around this area. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. After cutting it, I'll go ahead and remove the inner one, which is going to be serving as the back part. So I'll go ahead and fold this other one into two and arrange it appropriately where I will cut out the neckline just like as you can see me doing. So after cutting it, the next thing I'm going to be working on is the down part of this Bubu dress. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into four, just like the same way I folded the upper part, okay? Just make sure the labels are on one side and fold it into four. I will go ahead and bring the upper part of the Bubu dress like this. I will make sure the center front of the upper part and the center front of the down part aligns. So just go ahead and place it on top of the down fabric like this. Then I'll go ahead and pin it together. Go ahead and use your pin to secure it together. So after pinning it, I'll go ahead and mark out the line on this down one. I'll just go ahead and mark it out on this fabric, which I'm going to be using for the down part like this. After marking it out, I will place my tape on the shoulder. I will go ahead and mark the full length of this gown. So for me, I want to make use of 60 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark 60 inches, okay? So go ahead and mark your own full length, the full length you are working with. Go ahead and mark it. So guys, I've gone ahead to mark it. This is the line. So on this line, I will place my tape on it. I will divide my hip by 4. I will mark it. Then instead of adding 4 inches, I will add 3 inches. I don't want it down to be too wide. So I'll add 3 inches. Then I'll go ahead and mark a slant line from that hem part to the hip point line. So this is just me using my straight ruler to connect a straight line from there to the hip line. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. After cutting it out, I will go ahead and remove the upper parts. I will remove the pin, then remove the upper parts. So I'll go ahead and add ½ inch for joining allowance before I cut it out. Then I'll just go ahead and cut it out. Make sure you mark your ½ inch for joining allowance first. So after I was done cutting it, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold a piece of fabric into two. Then I'll place the center front of my upper part of the dress. I'll just go ahead and cut out the lining for the turning of the neckline. Then I'll do the same thing for the back as well. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. I will just go ahead and open up the front part of the dress. I will pin the pieces I cut out on it right side facing each other. Just make sure the pieces is facing the right side of your dress. Then go ahead and pin it down. After pinning it, I will take to the sewing machine and sew it like this, then like this. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. I will just go ahead and notch the v-neck line, the sides like this. Then after notching it, I will turn it to the front part of the dress. I will take to the sewing machine and top stitch on it. So just go ahead and top stitch on the wrong side, on the facing. So after I was done sewing it, this is just me try to iron it, okay? Just go ahead and turn the lining to the back and give it a very good press. I hope you guys understand. After I was done ironing it, I will go ahead and use hemi gum to secure the neckline. Okay, this is hemi gum. I will just go ahead and open it up and place it inside like this. Okay, I'll cover it. Then I will do the same thing for the other side. I will go ahead and iron it down. This is just to make the neckline more neater and fine. Then I'll place my bust arm on the middle like this. This is what I normally do when I'm sewing a TV neck. I'll go ahead and give it a very good press. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to turn this upper part of the dress to the back. Then I will turn the down side to the back as well. I will make sure the middle align. Just place it and make sure they align. Then I'll go ahead and pin the middle together like this because it is time for me to sew it together. So I'll just go ahead and pin it. Please take your time and watch what I'm doing. When you are pinning it, please take your time to arrange it, because if you don't take your time to arrange it, you might be seeing puffing around the upper part or down side. So after pinning it, I will take to the sewing machine and sew it with ½ inch. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it and this is how it look like. Then I'll go ahead and pin the other side. When you want to pin the other side, make sure there is nothing like squeezing. Just use your hand to arrange it. It's going to take time a little, but make sure you do it, okay? Because if you don't arrange it appropriately well, it might affect your dress around that V curved line, all right? So go ahead and use your hand to stretch it out and make sure there's nothing like guard around here. Take your time, use your pin and pins. Can you see how I am taking my time to arrange this? That is how you should take your time and arrange it. Make sure that middle, there is nothing like gathered there. So after I was done pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. I'll just go ahead and notch this part here so that I can iron it perfectly well. So after I was done notching it, this is just me ironing it, open up the seam area or the sewing area or the part I sew. So after I was done with that, I will use my bust ham to iron the middle. Then I'll just go ahead and iron it out. Then I will fold it into two and give it a very good press. Again, you want to make sure this is smooth. So I also did the same thing for the back as well. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to join the shoulder together, then take it to the sewing machine and sew it. After joining it, I will go ahead and sew it with ½ inch, not up to ½ inch or ½ inch, because I did not add joining allowance. So I've gone ahead to join the shoulder together. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to add a band on the sleeve. So I just thought of it. So the wideness of this band is 5 inches, and I went ahead to fold it into two and give it a very good press. So this is the sleeve area. I'll just go ahead and pin the band on it. I just want to add it. This is optional, okay? Don't add if you don't want to. I've gone ahead to sew it on it. This is how it look like. So I'll just go ahead and cut out the excesses, and I went ahead to turn my dress to the back part. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to shaping it. This is just me pinning the sides. So I'll go ahead and mark the part I'm going to be sewing. I'm going to be sewing with ½ inch. Please make sure you add ½ inch for your journey allowance. And I'm going to be adding pockets to this Bubu dress. I will go ahead and place my tape on the shoulder and mark 19 inches downward. Okay, that is where the opening of the pocket is going to start from. So from that point, I will mark 6 inches downward like this. I will just mark 6 inches downward. Then I will just go ahead and sew this other side with ½ inch. So I will take to the same machine and sew it from here to here. Then from here, I will sew to the hem. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, as you can see. So for the down side, I did not sew everything. I went ahead to leave a little bit of opening around here, and the length is about 6 inches. This is not compulsory. You can go ahead and sew everything. So I normally sew my Bubu like this. Then after that, I will take this to the sewing machine and fold the hem like this. I will fold it once, then I'll fold it the second time and sew it. Okay, so this is the opening of the pocket, as you can see. So what I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and stitch the pocket on it. So I've gone ahead to cut out the pocket. So I'm just going to measure it for you guys to see. So I went ahead to fold the fabric into two. Then the wideness is 7 inches, and the length I want for this pocket is 12 inches. I'll just mark 12 inches. And on this side that is open, I will place my tape like this. I will come down by ½ inch. So from that ½ inch, I will mark 6 inches. Remember, it was 6 inches I mark on the for the opening of the pocket on the dress. So I'll mark a curved line from this point here to this point here. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. After cutting it, I will place it on the other one and also cut it out, just like as you can see me doing. So after I was done cutting it, I will go ahead and open up the pocket like this. This is the back, so this is the front. The right side of the pocket, which is the front part of the material of the fabric, is going to be facing the front side of this fabric on the Bubu dress. The right sides are both going to be facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and pin it. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will stitch it down. And then I'll pin this other side and also stitch it down. So once I'm done stitching the two sides, I will go ahead and stitch the up with ½ inch. Then I will stitch the down like this with ½ inch to this point here. So I will do the same thing for the other side. So guys, I have gone ahead to stitch it down. I will go ahead and turn the Bubu dress to the front part. So after turning it, I will go ahead and bring out the pockets, just like as you can see me doing. So after bringing out the pockets, I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch the up with ½ inch. Okay, I will do the same thing for the down, just to secure it. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. I will just go ahead and put the pocket back inside and give it a very good press. So this is just me ironing the dress. So guys, I've gone ahead to finish the dress, and this is the end of the video. This is just me packaging it because I'm going to be wearing it on Sunday. So I believe this tutorial was really helpful, and if it was, go ahead and like this video, comment on it, because this really helped my algorithm a lot. If you want to see more of my tutorials next time, go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notification. Bye.